10 minutes before showtime in Hawaii, a contract was placed in front of Steve Smith, and Steve Perry refused to sing a single note until he signed away his ownership rights. The audience was already seated, the clock was running, and a jazz musician who had played on one of the best-selling singles in history was being quietly stripped of everything he had built. This is the rise and fall of Steve Smith's journey. When Journey lost their drummer in 1978, they landed on Steve Smith, a conservatory-trained jazz musician from Berklee, whose real influences were Tony Williams and Billy Cobham, and whose entire musical vocabulary existed far from arena rock. But Journey needed his technical depth, and Smith needed their global stage, so he didn't join as a hired gun. He signed as an equity partner in Nightmare Productions, owning a piece of the Journey business whether he was on stage or not, and that structure became the spine of every conflict that followed. From 1978 through 1985, Smith was behind the kit for the records that defined Journey at their commercial peak. And underneath Don't Stop Believin', one of the best-selling singles in recorded history, it was his relentless eighth-note pattern on the hi-hat that pulled the entire song forward, the engine beneath one of rock's most recognizable moments that almost nobody credits him for. Then came Hawaii, where a new Nightmare Productions agreement appeared 10 minutes before showtime, buried in legal language designed to removing partners easier down the line, with Perry refusing to perform until every signature was in place. A warning delivered in contract form at the precise moment Smith had the least possible ability to fight back.
This part always gets under my skin. Steve Smith builds one of the most iconic sounds in rock history. That hi-hat pulse under Don't Stop Believin' is literally the engine of the song. And then, 10 minutes before a Hawaii show, they slide a contract in front of him to sign away his ownership rights, or Perry won't sing. It's a brutal reminder of how invisible the musicians can be behind the names we remember. What do you think? Does that kind of power play happen more than we know in rock? Let me know below.
By 1985, Perry wanted a different sound and brought in a session drummer for Raised on Radio, and Smith's exit came without a real conversation after 7 years and tens of millions of records sold, a loss Smith himself described as a divorce, serious enough that he went to therapy over it. He returned in 1996 for trial by fire on one condition: no Steve Perry, no Steve Smith. And when Perry's hip injury ended the reunion, Smith left exactly as promised. Then came a third return in 2015, and ultimately a $10 million lawsuit accusing Smith of corporate hijacking of Nightmare Productions, a claim he rejected entirely, insisting he was protecting partnership rights held since the 1970s. The case settled confidentially in 2021. But the detail that reframes everything is this: when the shareholder vote came to remove Smith, Steve Perry, gone from the band for over 20 years, showed up and voted in his favor, revealing everything about the politics Journey had always kept hidden. Journey kept going, but Steve Smith never needed Journey to prove he was great. Subscribe to Voice of Legends, because the real story is always behind the spotlight.